right, well then, are we ready for story time?
Yes.
All right, then I need everybody to first direct their attention to the big screen. Previously on Doulos Corp. My plan here is that starting from this moment forward, I do the least amount of talking at the table. For all of these sessions, you guys are going to have to piece together for yourselves what you're going to do. And if you choose wrongly, there will be consequences, obviously. So, I have killed off Jex on purpose. Thanks for helping me out with that, buddy. And now, so far as I'm concerned, that's kind of the end of chapter 1 of the story. And now we begin chapter 2 with people who aren't even sure they know what they're doing. Now the screen comes up and a single static image appears of a large bar, half filled with customers that mostly look like farmers and ranchers, and the words superimposed, Mel's Hole, beneath promises of full-service spaceport and water showers and entertainment library and live music nightly. As the ramp lowers, you see a spaceport that is the complete opposite of the beautiful high-technology wonders of the two ports you flew over. It's a wide open desert. Just miles and miles of nothing. A large, tough-looking guy with a large, grizzly beard and hair that stops at his shoulders, but ratted and looking like maybe he cuts it himself with a knife. He's dressed in shabby clothes, but has 2 fat gold chains around his neck. Large hands up in the air as he approaches above large muscled arms. Large voice booming from a large body, and a large pistol on his large hip. Well, I tell you what, I'm Mel. This is my place. Welcome to Mel's Hole. I got 10 tons. I'm willing to pay 30 over standard. I'm willing to pay half in advance. Sticks, mind you, nothing on the books.
Are there any other jobs you know about that we could take?
No, ain't no jobs around here, just this one.
I guess we should take I guess we can do this.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Alrighty then, I'll have it delivered to your hole within an hour. I'll have a man waiting to take it off your hands on Kavma and pay you the rest, of course. Well, I got stuff to do. I hope you enjoy your stay. Stop by the office when you're done here. Janin can process your paperwork, and I'll see you boys the next time you come around. Okay, it had been a month, so I figured a little brush up on where you guys were at and the character of Mel. Now, Bosk had said that he wanted to walk around. Do you mean you want to walk like around in the dirt around the ship?
Yeah.
All right. So, are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just kind of looking around, taking in the view, that sort of thing?
I want to see if there's anything that looks suspicious.
Suspicious. Okay. Well, you see what I had described before. There's the big warehouse with the office connected to it. There's Mel's Hole, the restaurant, bar, and sort of hotel. There are 2 other ships parked there at the starport. Both of them a bit smaller than yours. Neither one of them have a corporation logo on them. But you do, as you're looking around, you notice 2 dust plumes in the distance. And as the dust plumes start getting closer, you can hear that they're loud motorcycles driving across the desert, heading for probably Mel's Hole, you know. So these 2 motorcycles pull up in front of Mel's Hole. And there's these 2 large bearded guys in lots of black leather. And they're laughing and talking to each other and being loud. One of them wears a black bandana on his head. The other one wears a beat-up top hat. It's kind of funny looking. And when they look over and see you and the ship, they start walking up your way.
Oh dear.
And the one in the bandana says, Hey, Dunny, look! It's Doulos people! It's been a while. I thought we run them all off for good. Mercy. And the one in the top hat says, Yeah, I hear every one of you is either a murderer or insane. Is that true? Oh, right. You wouldn't know because you all have amnesia. And then they both just start laughing loudly. The guy in the bandana says, "Yeah, isn't that convenient? Well, we don't want murderers or crazy people here." And goes like this with his arm, and a chain falls out of his sleeve.
Oh, no.
And he's holding it in his hand. And Top Hat reaches on his hip and pulls out a large, jagged, bladed knife. And now they're both standing in front of you.
I want to pull out both of my guns and point it at both of them.
Okay.
If you attack me, I fire.
So let's see, where are you right now? Are you on the ramp? Are you at the end of the ramp? Are you
I want to be kind of in the middle of a ramp.
kind of in the middle of the ramp? Okay, so I will say that they are standing no more than 15 feet away from you. And they see the guns and just kind of grin at each other, and they start walking towards you. The guy in the top hat has the knife up like this, and he switches it to more of a stabbing position. But then he brings his hands down like this, like he's gonna like try to punch you and catch you with the knife at the same time. And then the guy with the chain just starts kind of like this and starts walking toward you, like they're not believing you're actually gonna shoot him, or like I don't know what. Is there anything you'd like to do before they decide to inflict some damage on you?
I'm going to quickly shoot up in the air so people know that there's someone going to be attacking them, and then point them still at them, and then put it back and point at them.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Kind of a warning shot.
Yeah. So with this, they're looking at you a little different. Let's see. Maybe Top Hat says, this is real easy. You just get on that ship and leave, and this whole scene ends right now.
So how far away are they from me?
I'll say at this point they've closed to about 10 feet.
I want to quickly call everyone else and say I'm being attacked, and then point it back at them, and at their knees too. So if they come closer, I shoot them in the knees.
Okay, as you reached up for your earpiece, the dude with the chain knew what you were about to do. And he lets loose with that chain, and as you're reached up like this, that chain goes around your arm like this. Now it doesn't stay tight, but it definitely was tight enough for him to jerk your hand away. And now here comes the guy with the knife. He's coming up like this, and he advances in on you and takes a swing. And let's see, that means I'm going to make an attack roll. You need to make a defense roll. 2d6 with your combat modifier.
So, 8.
Ooh, okay. You just barely bested him. So your hands are full. They both got guns in them. This chain pulled this hand away. He comes up and he's making this punch, and he's not going to be able to land the punch. Why? What did you do to block him?
I shot him in the hand.
Shot him in the hand. Which hand? The hand holding the knife?
Yes.
Alright, so that would be an attack, not a defense. So I'm going to make you roll an attack on that. Whoopsie. Hope that's not come up.
With my combat?
With your weapon skill.
Okay. I have 12.
Wow. You beat me by 1 again. Okay. So we'll say that worked. We'll say that blood just explodes kind of from his wrist, and the knife drops, and he like clutches it, and he's like kind of knelt over, and he's obviously in some severe pain. And
Bosk ain't kidding around.
that's when the dude takes, because now he's really feeling threatened, the dude with the chain takes another swipe, and he's aiming it for your head kind of area. So roll me a defense. That's combat modifier.
An 8 again. Ooh, it's a tie.
How do you know? Don't be looking at my dice.
Peeking.
It is a tie, but you don't know what modifier I put on him for his chain attack thing. Okay, so how would you go about trying to block that?
Well, how long is the chain?
Like that. So he's coming in like this, kind of from the side. I mean, you could probably get your left hand up. You could duck. You could do a little duck and spin and sweep his legs with your foot. You've got all sorts of options.
Yeah, I think I'll duck and sweep my legs so he kind of trips, and then point both of one of my guns at him.
Okay, give me a roll with your weapon. It's just 0, right?
It says +1.
Oh, does it? All right. Okay. Oh, that's true. You have the. All right. So you got a +1 on weapons. Okay, give me that with a weapon modifier.
I got +2. So that is 9.
Oh, yeah. You didn't manage to sweep his legs, but he didn't manage to hit you with the chain either.
And so I have one gun pointing at him and one at the guy who's and one with the guy who has the knife.
Okay. So, from around the corner of the warehouse, you see just a little movement and a bright flash, and you fall unconscious and everything goes black.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, let's see here. I'm impressed, though. You did not handle this the way I thought you would handle it. But that's okay, because I wrote multiple different versions depending on what you would do. So let's see. Okay. So with that, we're going to leave that alone for the moment. We're going to go back in with Mel. Now, he told you guys, you saw in the video, he's got stuff to do. He'll see you next time you guys come around. You're going to go talk to Jen and all that. Okay, a minute later, he comes back in. And he says, he sounds genuinely troubled, but not panicking, or even his voice raised much higher than usual. He comes over to your table and says to you guys, well, hell, y'all. You got problems, I tell you what. I'm sorry to say that old boy that was guarding your ship went and got himself arrested.
Oh no. What did he do to get arrested?
I don't know, I just saw the deputy take him away in cuffs.
Oh dear.
So what are our options here?
Well, sheriff ain't in town. This is the wimp of a deputy that we got. I saw him taking him away. They'd be at the jail right about now. But I don't know what y'all are gonna do. It's not my business.
Will there be a trial?
I'm sure there will be eventually. It ain't gonna be today. We ain't got a courthouse here. If it's gotta go to trial, he's gonna have to go into the city. They're gonna have to send a marshal out to escort him back. So why don't we find out, now that you guys have the news, let's find out what happened to you. You come to a minute later, and you don't see those two guys. But you do see the deputy standing there over you. And he's got both your gun belts. He's got them on his shoulders. And he's pointing this weird-looking gun at you. And he says, I'm afraid you're under arrest, son. You know, I did that voice terrible. I have to hear it in my head. I'm afraid. Maybe I'll get it later. But he tells you he's afraid you're under arrest. And he says, now, son, don't make me stun you again. Come with me.
A stun gun.
So yes, he got you with a stun gun. So you're going to be compliant and stand up?
Can I ask him for what?
Sure. Yeah. But are you still going to stand up though?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stand up and he tries to turn you around so that he can put cuffs on you. You say, what do you want to ask him?
Oh, why am I getting arrested?
And he tells you that the scene that he came up on, where did you shoot the guy in the top hat? In the hand, right? So that's the only gunshot, right?
And the one in the air.
Well, yeah, okay. He tells you that he came around, he heard a gunshot, came around the corner, saw a scuffle, and you were obviously a part of it, and the other two took off already, so you're coming with him. So, now that you know what's going on, he's taking you to the jail. Is there anything you guys would probably be discussing?
Well, I would think we'd need to find where the jail is.
Yeah,
And-
I think we need to do our paperwork. We should, we could send somebody to do that, and then maybe other people could figure out where's the jail. We can't afford to wait around for a marshal to come and then go to trial in another place. That doesn't make any sense for us.
Well, they would know when they were gonna be there. I mean, the marshal,
Mm-hmm.
the jail would. That way we kind of have a timeline.
We could go and try to find out what's going on. I wonder.
So is the ship fixed already?
We will say that we'll say that Mel gave you the news, was probably apologetic about it, and then said he needs to get to the business he was tending to. So when he leaves, we'll say that he's going to put in the order for the repair and the refuel. So
how
they would
long will
begin
that
now.
take?
You don't know. And he didn't mention.
Alright, I think we should ask about that, and we should ask when the marshal's coming, so we can know how much. Is there an overlap? Will our ship be fixed before the marshal comes, or not?
So who's going where to do what?
I'll go take care of business with Janin.
Okay?
Alright, and I'll try to find the jail and ask these questions.
Okay, now there is a gal behind the bar, and you could probably ask her something like where the jail is.
Okay.
So you two are together and you are on your own? Okay, so you two want to go to the bar?
Yeah.
And ask some questions? Okay, she will tell you that the jail is just basically right behind Mel's Hole.
Okay.
And you will go and do the paperwork, and I don't think there was anything important because I don't have any notes, but it's basically signing for the shipment that's being dropped off, signing for the shipments that you're taking on, and signing the work order for the repair and for the refuel.
And then I'll head over to the jail.
To find them.
Yeah.
So, would you guys like to say you've all regrouped and you are heading for the jail right now?
Yeah, do we need to, maybe we should check on the ship first and at least close the ramp and.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let's say that there is a remote that's plugged into the pedestal inside the ship where you guys operate the ramp. So you guys would want to go in and grab the remote that opens the ramp from the outside. So who's got the remote on them?
I'll take it.
Alright, jot something down. There is a place for notes on the back. So you guys go to the jail then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you walk in, and the deputy is sitting there at the desk, playing with a data pad, a tablet.
So.
Does he notice us when we walk in?
Yep. He looks up from his tablet.
So you're holding, I understand our shipmate was arrested.
Yeah, I got one of y'all's boys in a cell back here.
So what are the charges?
Well, now I can't actually make any formal charges until the sheriff gets back in town. I saw a disorderly, I saw a firearm, and so I took him in. The other two participants fled the scene. But I know those boys, and I know it won't be long till they're in trouble again.
So when does the sheriff get back in town?
He should be in the morning, first light.
Okay, and then what's the procedure?
Well, I have a written statement for the sheriff He'll read it and decide what charges need to be made.
And then what happens?
Well, it would be an assault charge, and that would mean waiting on the circuit judge to come by, or if the sheriff thinks it's urgent, he'll send a message out to the county court, and they'll send a comm to the circuit judge out in Law Cosinas, and they'll probably send a judge our way no more than 2 to 3 days.
Is there any proof that it wasn't self-defense, and is self-defense a reasonable reason to be involved in a fight?
Well, now I saw the 3 of them, and I only saw one of them with firearms. So I don't know if it was self-defense.
Well, aren't firearms legal on this?
Yeah, it's not a
In this
question.
place?
It's not a question of possessing. It's a question of wielding. But that is all going to be for the sheriff to decide. And I'm sure this boy is going to be telling his story to a judge.
Okay.
Well, what if it was self-defense?
That would be for the judge to decide.
Oh,
Okay. I'm ready to leave.
Because I lost my place. Because things are
Such
working
sad
a little
music.
out.
I know.
Huh?
It's sad music.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the only one that's available on this soundboard, but I thought it sounded kind of mournful.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
we're all gonna be like,
kill that for now.
It's like, are we preparing for like the final scene of Unforgiven or something?
right?